Hey gamers, welcome to my channel. As you may notice, when people talk about arcade games, most of them always talk about the big three, Sega, Capcom and Namco, and barely talk about so many other great developers, like DataWist for example, and that's the topic of the video. I played these games when I was a kid, and now I keep playing them in my arcade machine. But before you start, if you like my videos and my channel, please subscribe to also help the channel. Now, let's start. Bad Dudes vs Dragon Ninja. In this game, the first player controls a character named Blade, and the second player controls a character named Striker. We have the basic moves, standing punch and kick, low punch and low kick, and jump kick, similar to Kung Fu Master or Vigilant, also in the arcades. But this time we also have some special moves like a spinning kick and the ability to charge energy by holding the punch button to throw a powerful punch. We can also pick some items like knives and nunchakus, health and a clock that gives us more seconds to the remaining time. We encounter various types of enemies during the game. Ninjas with swords and shurikens, female ninjas that are faster and more acrobatic, dogs and evil people who are on fire that run against us. Most of these can be beaten with only a single hit, but they are always coming against us, and we must constantly move forward until we reach the final boss at the end of each level. The bosses are diverse and well designed, and one of them is Karnov. That is a character from the DataWist game of the same name. The graphics are very nice for the time of the release, and the game still holds very well to this day. Joe and Mac. Joe and Mac, also known as Escapement Ninja, is a platform action game released in the arcades and also later was ported for almost every system. And let me tell you just one thing, if you have a kid, it is impossible for him to dislike this game because it is very cartoony and funny, and I bet you never seen a plot like this in the video game. Are you ready? A woman is kidnapped and we have to rescue her. I'm kidding, it's a little different. A group of women are kidnapped by a rival tribe and we have to rescue them. See, it's a little different. The graphics are very good, with good animation and colorful. The whole thing is obvious from the pre-story. We can shoot fire, boomerangs, axes, electricity, bombs, and we can charge those weapons to do a stronger attack. In the end of each level we have a boss fight. Overall, this is a very fun and addictive game that ages very well. Robocop. Robocop is a beat-and-up run-and-gun action game based on the movie. I love the Robocop movies, especially the first one, but I never played this game in the arcades when I was a kid. I played a lot in my beloved Spectrum, and only later I played the arcade version. Basically, the game is the same as Bad Dudes vs Dragon Ninja, but with weapons. As usually as other arcade games from DataWist, we have a life bar, and you can pick up food to restore the life bar. We can also pick different weapons, and what I most love about this game is that it is very faithful to the movie, and the level design and the enemies and bosses are all very well done. The game was a critical and commercial success. The arcade game was the best grossing arcade game in 1988 in Hong Kong and reached number 2 in Japan arcade charts. Captain America and the Avengers. Captain America and the Avengers is a side-scrolling beat-'em up. I love Marvel since I was a kid, and I have thousands and thousands of books. And although in my opinion this is not one of the best beat-'em ups in the arcades, I love to play it because it have many Marvel characters such as the Living Laser, a Sentinel, Green Reaper, the Mandarin, Juggernaut, Ultron, the Controller, Crossbone, the Red Skull, and many more. We can choose between Captain America, Iron Man, Ant Guy, and Vision. Each character can fight hand to hand and pick up stones, tires, tools, soda machines to throw at the enemies. We also have a projectile. Captain America have the shield, Hawkeye the arrows, and Iron Man and Vision have the energy beam. Others Avengers that can help us in our way are the Wasp, Quicksilver, Wonder Man, and Namor the Submarine by temporarily assist our characters. Most game levels are in the side-scrolling beat-em up, but some levels we can play as a side-scrolling shooter. In those levels, Iron Man and Vision fly on their own, while Captain America and Hawkeye use flying machines or diving equipment. The game, in my opinion, is very hard, especially the bosses, and I only finish it in my arcade machine with infinity lives, because when I was a kid, my allowance didn't allow me to reach the end of the game. Night Slashers. Night Slashers is a side-scrolling beat-em up, and what makes it different from the others is the horror theme. We fight against zombies, mutants, werewolves, mummies, and Draculas and Frankenstein lookalikes. Contrary to most of Tata-Wist games, this game has tons and tons of blood and gore, which is logic because it's a horror game. What is very funny is that some enemies, special zombies, don't have arms and legs and are almost harmless. We can pick between 3 characters. Some levels our characters are always running, which gives the game a different gameplay. Some grabs are very unique and original, and we also have a special move that hit all the enemies in the screen, but that costs a little life bar. Overall, in my opinion, this game is not as good as Street of Rage or Final Fight, but it's a cool game and I enjoy playing it, especially in 2-player mode. Midnight Resistance. What can I say more about Midnight Resistance? It's one of my favorite games ever, and it is the source of my video game passion that I still have today. I talk about so many times about this game here in the channel that I don't know what more can I say. This was the first game in my life that I finished in my beloved Spectrum, and later I bought it for the Sega Genesis. About the arcade version, I don't like very much the gameplay because of the rotary stick, but if you talk about the graphics and the music, the arcade version is by far the best. For those who doesn't know, this is a side-scrolling run and gun game. We fight against enemies that drop keys, and those keys can be traded by weapons in the end of the levels. We can trade our main weapon for a shotgun, a flamethrower, rapid fire, and the 3-way bullets. In the second weapon, we can choose between shower missiles, homing missiles, and nitro. Each level finishes with a typical boss fight, and the bosses are great, especially the last boss, that is huge, which was not very usually for the time. The graphics are one of the best when the game comes out, and the music, especially the music from the first level, is one of my favorites in any video game. From all games that I'll talk in this video, this one is by far my favorite, and I strongly recommend it that you play this jewel. Now, how about you gamers? Do you also like and play some Tata-Wist games? Please let me know in the comments. As always, I hope you like this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.